you're procrastinating, it's because either you don't want to do it or you're afraid of it. The most important thing to start is just go. You're teaching yourself that you do scary things because otherwise you hate your life.
Yeah.
Karima,
Hello. Hi.
how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Where are you calling from?
How are you? London.
London. All right. Welcome aboard.
I've seen a lot of your social media posts and I really enjoy it. My main question is how to stop procrastination. How to stop procrastinating.
So, are you afraid of it or do you just not want to do it?
Like, there's so many things I want to do, like my own business, write my own book, but there's always an excuse.
So,
there's always an
are you
excuse.
afraid of starting your own business or do you just not want to do it?
Maybe I am afraid. Maybe I don't know if I have what it takes. I know I can do it, but there is that fear that's stopping me.
So what's the specific fear?
Well, what if I don't have the support? What if I don't have the knowledge to run a business? What if I give up too easily? What if my business breaks down or it fails? Or
so if you don't have the knowledge, how do you get the knowledge?
Reading, getting a mentor.
Reading, getting mentors, doing. So listen, if you're procrastinating, it's because either you don't want to do it, like people who procrastinate or studying or something because they don't want to do it, or you're afraid of it.
Yeah.
It's not that you're a procrastinator, you're just afraid, and that's okay. Now it starts teaching yourself that you do scary things. Yeah, it's the fear. It's the fear of failure. It's the fear of judgment. It's the fear that it won't work out. It's the fear of losing money. It's the fear of saying you're starting this business and then other people maybe making fun of you or laughing at you if it doesn't work out. There's lots of different potential fears. It starts by you teaching yourself that you do scary things because otherwise you hate your life.
Yeah.
If you don't do something that makes you scared, you're going to hate your life.
What do you do if you don't know where to start?
There is no perfect start.
What?
Like the most important thing to start is just go. Like what's the business that you want to start?
Really like a hair product business, and I feel like there is a market out there for me. So a hair product.
Hair products.
A hair care. Yeah. I have a few.
Okay, so I'm not your
ideas,
customer here. Your target is who?
Salons. Targeting salons, so to sell.
Salons. Salons. Okay, sorry. Yeah, just the accent.
Yeah.
We pronounce it differently. Great. So the best thing you can do is go tomorrow to 5 different salons and introduce yourself and say, "I'm thinking of starting this business. What do you think? Do you have any feedback for me?"
Okay, that sounds
already
really good idea.
like that's scary. Well, it's a good idea, but it's scary because as soon as I say that, what happens? Your heart's going to be going like boom, 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 boom. You have to actually get up and tomorrow and go do it. But
like you can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't do it, it's no point of having the knowledge because you got to know it and do it. Yeah,
and you say here's a business I'm thinking of starting. Can I ask you 3 questions? It would mean a lot to me.
So do more surveys and questionnaires out to salons.
Anything. Like, it doesn't matter what the first step is. The most important step is just momentum. How long have you been thinking about this business for?
A while. It's been a few months. Because at the moment I'm unemployed and I got debt. So I'm just thinking, do I get a job first or do I start my business?
You're not going to figure it out
I know I'm
sitting on the couch. You'll figure it out by going out and talking to people. You in the 3 months that you've been thinking about it, you could have already had an answer, either yes or no, and built some momentum towards it. The only thing missing is momentum. That's the only thing you're missing is momentum. So you teach yourself that you do scary things.
Will work. I know my business idea will work, and I know that there's a market out there for me. It's just me getting started and getting the help that I need. So
you're just afraid that you're going to go into a salon, talk to them, and they're going to close their doors on you and say, "Don't come in," or "Don't come back," or "No, that's a stupid idea."
Yeah, that would happen. Like, most of them are friendly. Yeah.
That's the only hurdle you have to overcome. Is the fear to move.
And anxiety, the judgment. Fear and the judgment are the two important things to overcome. And if people can master that, then they will be very successful.
Yep. It's the only thing you're missing.
Yeah.
You teach yourself that you do scary things. That you get an idea, and it might make you scared. Because otherwise, what's going to happen? You're going to be 80. You're going to end up going and get some job that you hate, and you're going to be 80 looking back, and you said, I could have done something. I had this great idea for salons. I could have done something, but I didn't because I was too afraid to just talk to people and go in and say hi.
That is my biggest fear, regret. Like, I don't want to hit, like, until my 70s or my deathbed, regret the things that I could have done. That is my biggest fear.
And that's for most people. The problem is it's hard to imagine yourself at 70 right now.
Yeah.
And so the fear of just going into a salon tomorrow and saying, hi, I have a question for you about a new business I'd like to start. That fear is bigger than the fear of when you're 70. So you have to put that fear of being 70 and looking back on your life and knowing that you could have done something great but didn't, and make that real. So tomorrow, when you wake up, that's what you do.
Wouldn't be happy with what you're doing? How would you overcome, like, family and parents, if they wouldn't be happy with what you're doing? How would you overcome that? If your parents don't think it's a good idea and they might be, like, stopping you from doing something great?
So that's a great question. One, with empathy. Your parents love you. Probably.
They try to protect you.
What they see as success is different than what you see as success. Yeah. They're from a different era. The idea that you could even be talking to me and you're in London and I'm in Toronto, Canada, wasn't anywhere close to possible when they were your age. The opportunities available to you at your age did not exist for your parents at your age. So they probably love you. They want you to succeed. They just have a different roadmap for success. And so it's having empathy. It's recognizing that their words are actually out of love, not out of wanting to see you fail and be miserable and unhappy. They don't want you to be miserable and unhappy your whole life. They just value slightly different things.
It's time to start taking control of my life. Time to start taking control of my life. And maybe a few years later, my parents might not be there, but at the end of the day, I know that I've done what is right for me. So that's the most important thing. Like, I can love them to bits, but their success definition is completely different.
Yeah, I think we have a bit of a lag, but even in telling them that I need to go off and do this, it may not work. I understand you. I hear what you're saying. It may not work. Most startups don't work. I may not have the success, but here's what I know. If I don't do it, I'm going to regret it my entire life. And so I have to try.
And that's the motivation that should be to get me started. Regret.
And that's the conversation with them as well.
The motivation to get me started.
That's the conversation with them as well. All right? Good luck. We're cheering you on. You got Believe Nation behind you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Much love.
If you have a podcast or interview show and want me to be a guest on it, I have two options for you. There's a link right there next to me. Go click it, and I look forward to being a guest on your show.